any possibility Jerami Grant might return?
I'm going to go ahead and say there's never a 0% chance of something happening. So there is a possibility of Jerami Grant returning. I just think it's very unlikely. Like, it's fun to think about, but I feel like the Pistons would go, yeah, they would just go in a different direction. I think they would rather draft someone younger with the same type of skill set and try to build on it than going back and finding him. Because even, I just, I don't even know if Jerami Grant moves the win needle that much coming back to this Detroit team. And I say that a lot on this podcast. I love Jerami Grant. It was fun to watch him in Detroit. I just think that era is done, and he's never going to be a Piston again.
Yeah, I mean, like, when he was here, it was just so much isolation basketball.
Yeah.
So where he was waving off Cade Cunningham a lot in his isolations. I think Jerami Grant is probably one of the, better two-way forwards in the
Yeah.
NBA. But I don't think, even though James said, there's a chance that, the Pistons might sign him, if that was like their big fish, their B-plus player, I don't know. Like, if I'm a Piston fan, I would wonder, like, what the pecking order would be with Cade and Jaden Ivey and Jerami Grant. Like, if Jerami Grant's going to go back to, being, that, 25 shots a game and making like 10 to 12 of them, like, I'm not happy with that.
Yeah.
Like, I'd rather have Cade and Ivey get those shots than a Jerami Grant. I want a 3-and-D wing that is maybe a second or third option. I don't want a guy trying to be the guy, trying to average 30, and we're losing by 10 to 12 points every night. Nothing against Jerami Grant. I just don't think he's a top option on a playoff team. I think, even in Portland, he was like maybe a second or a third option. Because you had Dame and you had Anthony Simons there, who's a rising star. It's just, I like Jerami Grant. It's just, I don't think he's going to return to the Detroit Pistons. I think that was, just one of Troy's, first moves. And it was a good one because it did get you Jalen Duren. But I think I would be out on him.
Yeah, he's like in that tier now with like the Kyle Kuzmas, the Tobias Harrises, those type of forwards. Like, I think he's in that tier. And I don't know, man. I would rather them go for a 3-and-D guy that has less ability as a shot creator and isolation player, because I think that would be more beneficial to the Detroit Pistons moving forward than bringing Jerami Grant back. Because you're right, like that isolation was just too much at times. Checking off Cade, that was crazy.